Hi, I'm Will from Unleashed, and in this video we're going to look at how we raise and receipt a purchase order. So let's jump in, we'll check it out together. So here we are on the dashboard within Unleashed. Now we've got two options to raise a purchase order. We could either use our quick menu up here and hit add purchase. Alternatively, we could use the side menu here and go to purchase, purchase orders, and add purchase. Great, then we can collapse the menu to give us a bit more space as well. Now for this supplier, we can either add the supplier code or the supplier name. Both of these will search our supplier. So I'm just going to type in food here because it's Foodies Direct we want to order from. And that's going to load up all of the delivery information. So now we can add our product information. So we're going to order 25 kilo bags of sugar. So I can type in 25 here. Then we want to order 10 bags, and it's going to cost us $17 per bag plus GST or plus taxes. And we can add that to the order, and then from there we can place the order. But before I do that, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Now, what we've done is we've ordered this 25 kilo bag of white sugar from Foodies Direct. Now, what we can do is we can have a default price set up when in the product for the 25 kilo bag of sugar, but we can also have special pricing set up at a supplier level. So if you click into the product, you can then go through into the supplier and add different pricing based on the different suppliers you have. So that gives you a lot of flexibility around having the same product ordered from different suppliers. Now that we've done that, I just want to now place the order. And what that will do is it'll give me a purchase order, which I can download, or automatically downloads in my browser here. And I can email this off to our supplier. So it's worth checking before you hit email. Come to the bottom here and then hit email. And it's going to pre-populate our contact at Foodies Direct. So we've got James at Foodies Direct. So add a nice little message. And then we can hit send. Excellent. Now we've sent that off. What we want to do is we can either receipt it or we can add our cost items if we know what that is now. So our cost items are any costs associated with bringing this product into our warehouse. So that is most commonly things like freight or any shipping charges. So I can add in a freight charge here. So I can get a DHL as my supplier, and we would charge $30 of freight, and then hit add, and what that will do is update the total cost of this order to include this freight charge. So that is our landed costing. So rather than just saying that each bag cost us $17, it actually takes an apportionment of this $30 being $3 across the 10 products. So each bag is going to cost us, it'll be $20 per bag. So then what I can do now is hit receipt. Now we've got some options here. So we can either complete the order, and what that will do is it will send this purchase order as a supplier invoice into Xero for us, and then that's going to lock off any future costs. If I hit confirm receipt, it's going to complete this. It'll send the purchase order as an invoice through to Xero, but it'll also leave it open so I can add any more future costs to the order. So there's a very big difference between these two. Complete locks it off, it's been completed. Receipt, on the other hand, keeps it open to add future costs to the order. And that's for the situation where we may have received the goods in, but we're still waiting for our freight supplier to provide us with an invoice. That's where we'd use confirm receipt. We also have the option down here to update the receipt quantity. So if I update this to 8, what that will do is it's going to put 2 on back order for us. So it's going to create a new purchase order for us. So you can see up the top here, we've got purchase order 309. It'll create a new one called 309/1, indicating that we're still waiting to receive these 2 items that didn't come in this shipment. So now we've got 2 options here again, split complete or split receipt. If we hit split complete, it's going to lock this part of the purchase order off. We can't add any future costs to the order. Or if we hit split receipt, it's still going to keep it open for us so we can add future costs, such as that freight invoice that we may have not received just yet. So I'm going to hit split complete here. So that's going to lock this off, and we're going to lock in the pricing of these bags of sugar. Great, so that's been completed. Now if we go back to view our purchases, you'll see that we have an open purchase here for 309/1. If I click into here, you'll see that we've got no cost items, and that's because that $30 freight cost we applied to the previous the 8 bags that we receipted, but we've still got 2 to receipt here. So very simply, we can hit receipt. And again, we've got the option to complete, confirm receipt, or update the quantity. So what we're going to do this time is we're just going to hit complete, and we're not going to put any costs on there, because we're going to say that these were sent free of charge by our supplier, because they didn't manage to send all 10 in the original order. So very simply, you can hit complete, and that's going to finalize that purchase order for me. So that is how we raise and receipt purchase orders within Unleashed. So a quick recap on what we did there is we raised a purchase order to Foodies Direct for 10 bags of sugar. Before receipting it, we put in a cost item there, and that cost item represents the freight that it cost us to bring that stock into our warehouse. The reason we want to add them is because we have weighted average cost in Unleashed. So rather than just having the raw cost of the product, we capitalize the amount of the freight on those products, which increases the cost of our products, giving us a more accurate representation of the cost, so we can see more accurate reporting in our margins when we sell those products. What we also did is we only received 8 of the 10 bags of sugar, and then we have the option to split receipt or split complete. If we hit split complete, that's going to finalize that portion of the purchase order, so we can't add any future costs. If we hit split receipt, however, that's going to leave that open so we can add future costs on that order, and then if we complete it later, it's going to then update the cost of our products based on those additional cost items. We then had those 2 items on back order, so that creates a new purchase order for us by giving it a /1 on the original purchase order cost. We can then click into that, giving us the same options again. We can split receipt or split complete if we do update the quantities, but if we receive those final 2 bags like we did in this order, we got the options of completing or receipting that order. If we complete, it's going to lock it off so we can add no more cost to that order. That's going to finalize that purchase order. If we were to hit receipt, it's going to leave it open to add future costs on that for us. So I think the key distinction there is that if we complete an order, we can't add any new future costs. If we receipt it, it's going to allow us to add future costs, which will then update the cost of those products retrospectively. So I hope that all makes sense, and I'll see you in the next video.